You walk into a crowded room, and immediately your chest tightens, your thoughts get louder, you're hyper-aware of every glance and movement around you. Modern culture often defines this sudden wave of discomfort as a psychological error. We label this feeling as social anxiety, treating it as something abnormal, something to fix, something to overcome. Biological reality suggests this physical discomfort is evidence of a system operating with perfect internal logic. The overwhelming reaction to a harmless crowd is the intended result of an ancient design for risk management. The human nervous system prioritizes survival over comfort. Its primary job is to scan the environment and elevate physical readiness at the mere possibility of a threat, long before any actual danger presents itself. To understand why your body panics in a coffee shop or a crowded train, we must evaluate the original environment this brain was engineered to navigate. This diagram represents your historical baseline. For nearly all of human history, your entire social universe was a closed loop. You lived in a tribe of roughly 100 to 150 people, where every face was known. Within this small circle, you were safe, but stepping outside of it and encountering an unrecognized face was a remarkably rare event. A stranger signaled competition for resources, a territorial conflict, or physical danger. Your brain developed a highly efficient survival reflex for these specific encounters. Unfamiliarity acted as the primary input. The automatic output was a spike in cortisol and adrenaline, sharpening your senses to prepare for immediate conflict. In this landscape, remaining socially relaxed around a stranger was an evolutionary liability. Heightened, uncomfortable alertness was the reflex that ensured your survival. Contrast that ancient baseline with a modern afternoon. Today, you scroll past, walk by, and sit next to more unknown individuals in a few hours than your ancestors encountered in their entire lives. While our world was expanded, the underlying threat detection mechanism remains fixed. This system functions as a binary. A face is either known and safe, or unknown and potentially dangerous. In a modern city, the system faces a data crisis. Unable to categorize thousands of strangers as familiar, it defaults to high alert. These alerts never discharge. They stack, creating a persistent alarm that keeps your nervous system in constant, chronic elevation. The hardware in your skull cannot rationally process that the people on the subway are harmless. It only calculates that they are unknown. Modern society compounds this by demanding you act relaxed and outgoing, while your biology continues to provide signals for caution. This chronic social tension reflects a direct mathematical mismatch between ancient evolutionary wiring and modern population density. When we don't understand this biological disconnect, we internalize the tension. We assume the system is broken and adopt socially anxious as a permanent identity. The path forward lies in the brain's core strength, pattern recognition. While the alarm system itself is fixed, the database of what it considers threatening is constantly refined by the data it receives. As you repeatedly inhabit certain environments, your brain begins to observe predictable outcomes. It notes that these specific crowds do not lead to conflict. Over time, it updates its classification of these unknowns from threats to neutral background. Forcing superficial confidence rarely works, because the nervous system requires actual evidence. It needs consistent, non-threatening data over time to naturally lower the defensive alarms. By recognizing social discomfort as an outdated survival signal rather than a personal failure, you can stop fighting your biology. You can work with your ancient brain to gradually redefine what it considers safe in a modern world.